Hi everyone, I just wanted to really show you guys how to use TradeLocker for beginners, as I realize a lot of people don't really know how to use it. So I figured I'd show you guys just how I use it and how I leverage it. So without further ado, let's get it, let's go. I'm just gonna stop sharing my video, and I'm gonna share my screen with you guys just so you can see what I see and you can understand it a lot better. Boom. All right, give me 1 second. Okay, cool. Okay, so basically, for TradeLocker, when you come to the page, for example, so I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna backtrack for you guys. Sorry, Tradingview. I keep saying TradeLocker. So just on Google, I'm gonna search for TradeLocker. You can also have this app on your phone, by the way. But you're just gonna click on tradingview.com and it'll load eventually. This is how it's gonna show up when you first get there, except right here, you won't be logged in. You can sign up and it'll ask you to like sign in with your Google account or whatever you may choose, whether that be Proton Mail, XYZ. So you're gonna choose that. And then over here, you can basically choose the assets that you want to search. So for example, over here, I'm just gonna type in gold. So XAU, USD is for gold. So I'm gonna let that load. And then while it does load, you could also click launch chart over here as well, if you wanted to. But basically while that loads, I'm just gonna tell you guys what's up. And I'm gonna change this back to a candlestick chart. So in a nutshell, basically, what TradingView is, it really helps you to really transform your trading and basically being able to chart the markets. That way you don't necessarily have to look at it on MetaTrader 4, TradeLocker, or the other apps that you will be using to trade. So it just makes it a lot easier for you to see the charts, and it makes it a lot easier for you if you're investing as well, such as investing in certain things like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Jupiter, XYZ, just to name a few. But that's basically pretty much it. There's a web and mobile version, as I said, as well. But yeah, just for starters, I'm gonna start off with gold. So as you can see over here, so we're on the 2-hour time frame. And what that basically means is that every candle represents an hour of time. Every candlestick represents 2 hours of time. So 2 hours here, 2 hours here, 2 hours here. And also down here, you can basically see the time zone / the time that it is right now. So as you can see right here, it's currently 15 p.m. Okay, sorry, because the market's closed at 15. But obviously it's not 15 right now. It's like 10 o'clock here. But yeah, that's pretty much that. And then say I wanted to switch the candlestick colors, I could click on the candles themselves. Boom, 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 and it'll pop up. So originally your chart comes like this. It is green, and it's green and red. So you have red for the candles that are going down and green for the candles that are going up. You can change it though if you want to. I just prefer to have mine be blue for going up and white for going down, but it's entirely up to your preference as opposed to what you choose and what you want it to be. If that makes sense. And I'm basically just gonna go through like the interface of everything for you guys. So over here over here on the side, you have something called your toolbar. So over here, you can use a lot of different tools to really mark up the markets for yourself. So if I was to click this tool, for example, I can click on the trend line and I can create a trend line going down on gold. So for here, I can change the color to white or whatever the case may be. You can change it to whatever color you'd like. And something that I find really, really cool is say I only wanted that trend line to be on that specific time frame. I can do that as well. And I can say only available on current interval. And say I was to go down to a different time frame, it wouldn't show up. So for example, say I type in 1 hour, boom. When I go to the 1 hour, now that specific tool / trend line isn't there on the chart anymore. If I go back up to the 2 hour, you'll see that it reappears. And say I want to get rid of it, I can either click the delete button on my keyboard, or I can come over here and I can click remove. Hopefully that makes sense so far, but that's pretty much that. And then there's other stuff that you can play with here as well. Like you can play with the fib retracement tool, which you guys will learn more about within GFU and everything. You can play around with these Elliott wave stuff as well. I don't really play with that, but you could if you want to. Long position, short position. So if anybody ever says I'm getting in for longs, that just means that they want to go in for a potential buy. Like they see a potential buy in the market, and if they say they're going in for sells, that just means they potentially see a sell in the market as well. And I'm going to show you guys what this looks like. So say I want to take a sell on USD. Say I want to take a sell on gold, okay? I could also customize this pretty well as well. I could go to the settings here, and then I could change this, the ticks for profit. I could change it to 1500, if 1500. And then I could also trade my take profit as well by scrolling down here, or my stop loss, sorry, as well by scrolling down here and putting in 500. And then you could also save this template. You could go save as, and you could put gold or something, for example, just for reference. And then you can click OK, and it'll basically save it for you. And then this will be like your 1 to 3 risk to reward setup. And hopefully that pretty much makes sense. And then other than that, the stop loss, XYZ, the whole 9 risk to reward thing, shorts and longs, then you can come over here and you can also draw on the chart as well. So say I wanted to put a rectangular box where the market technically came and stopped at. I could put a rectangular box over here on the 2-hour time frame. Boom. And then it would stay there. And then once again, if I want to remove it, I can click on this easily and I can click remove here and it'll disappear. You can also do the same thing with a horizontal line. So you could come over here, click on the horizontal line, and you could just place it anywhere on the chart. And say you didn't want to sit there and click it all the time, you could click clone. So that's also a super key tip. And then you could move this up and down wherever you see fancy and basically wherever you see fit. I'm gonna just place the next one here. And say you were like, I don't really like this. I don't like the way everything looks. I have too much on the chart. You could come down here and you could click on remove and you could remove all drawings. So hopefully that is making sense. And then also, you could also draw just different things on the chart, right? You could write on the chart as well. There is, like, I definitely recommend as a beginner just playing around with the charts, seeing what's up. You could put emojis on the chart, which is pretty lit. It's kind of cool. Say you wanted to put a comment on the chart, you could put a comment here, and you could say, I don't know, higher high for gold. That way you know that if it does come past this point, there's a high chance that it might reject it or whatever you fancy really and truly. And you could delete that comment as well. You could come over here and you could do a call out. This one is just a lot better and bigger. Like as you can see, you can make it more customizable. And I personally like this one a lot better in my humble opinion. But that's pretty much that. So you have the trend lines, you have your supports and resistances, and how to draw them, and then your Fibonacci retracement tool, which is over here. That's your Fib retracement tool. And then also, last but not least, I'm going to show you guys indicators. So if you want to, you can put an indicator on the chart as well. So I'm going to go over here. For example, you can put the stochastic RSI. Okay, cool. So you can put the RSI on the chart. You can also mess around with the colors as well if you wanted to. Give me 1 second. Actually, I think you can, but I'm not exactly sure how to. So we're just going to leave it that way, to be honest. So from here, you can basically just see, this basically just shows you a better indication of where price is and where price could potentially go. So over here, we're oversold. So that basically means since we're oversold, chances are the market might want to start coming up and going up towards towards the top, if that makes sense. And you usually want to buy high and sell low. So this would be very helpful for basically helping you learn how to do that. We came over here, we sold again. And then, yeah, you can just basically see where the prices are in the market and where the market could potentially go. And I think that's pretty much about it. And then last but not least, say you wanted to save a chart. Well, this isn't last, but anyways, say you wanted to save a chart, you could go over here and you could click save layout, auto save with this button right here, and you could click make a copy, and you can click save, and then it'll automatically save it. And then if you want to, you can just copy this link right here, and then you can send it out to people, which is pretty cool. It's pretty lit, if I do say so myself. I'm gonna show you guys what the chart looks like. Nothing special, but yeah. And then also, last but not least, you can save your certain types of pairs here, and you can save your watch list as well. You can also rename the watch list. So if you want it to be like the millions, I don't know. I'm a millionaire in my future, but you can change the name of it and stuff. So everything that you like will show up here. And then basically, if you wanted to remove a pair, for example, so let me just show you how to add a pair first of all. So we're just going to type in USD CAD, for example. So the US dollar versus the Canadian dollar. We're going to click here. We're going to click on add. Boom. And then it'll basically be added to the chart for you. As you can see, they added it down here. And then you're just going to click X. And so you're like, I don't really like that pair anymore. Not really messing with it. You could come over here and you could click remove, and it'll remove it instantly for you. And then it won't be there anymore. And you could also organize these as well. Like you could move it up. Like say you were like, I trade US 30 more. You could have US 30 show up more on the charts if you want. You could have gold show up here. Like it's really just up to your personal preference. And that, I believe, is pretty much about it. Sorry, my bad. Last but not least, you could also set an alert on the charts as well. So for example, I love trading gold. So say for gold, I was like, I feel like the market's gonna come back to 23.55, 26.55, my bad. I could click on alerts at the top right here. And then I could just type in here, 26.55, crossing. And you could also name the alert. So for example, for this particular alert, I'm just gonna name it gold buy zone. And then I could click create. And then basically what's gonna happen is it'll create an alert here, as you just seen, gold buy zone. So when it does come back to that price and touch that price area, you will be alerted on your phone. You can choose to be alerted through email too, I believe. But you'll get a notification on your phone that'll pop up, and then you could choose to do whatever you wish from there, whether that be enter the markets, come back and look at the charts and see how the charts are going, and XYZ. But that's pretty much about it. If you guys have any questions, definitely feel free to let me know in the comments down below. And I hope that this was super, super helpful.